Now we can go and set each individual field in here, but that's going to be kind of tedious to start with. I'll have to manage each one of the text fields singly. And if we start making any changes to our program, we'll have to update them all as well. So let's try something a little bit different. I'm just going to comment out that line so it's not going to function. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to take advantage of our classes and object structure in the program. Now, a little look over here into our reference books for our ActionScript 2 classes. And down here in the movie classes, near text field, we also have a new object called text format. Now, this is an interesting one because this is going to be an object that contains the formatting for text fields. We're going to create it very much like we did the date object in our previous lesson. Now, all this object is going to do is actually store the formatting that we're going to use on the fields. This can include size, bold, fonts, virtually anything that you can do to text. Once we've created this object, to use it on a text field, we'll simply need to set that format to the field. Let's go about creating the object first. Now, even looking in here, you can see that I have a new text format. That's going to be my statement that creates this object. So I'm going to go right up to the top. It's a good idea to keep your objects created at the top and then use them at the bottom. You definitely need to create them before you start applying them or using them or setting up properties for them. So I'll just add a line right at the top of my script. And in that line, let's declare our new object. I'm going to use my var keyword. Since this is going to be a text format, I'll start it off with TF, keeping with my naming conventions that we've used so far. And I'll call this feature for the featured flowers. Of course, we're going to declare it as a text format object. So I need a colon, and I'll start typing text format. And there you can see it shows up as a valid object type. Right after that, I need to use my new statement in order to create this object after we've declared it. So we'll say TF feature equals new text format. And remember, this is a function that's creating it, so I'll need to have parentheses for parameters and a semicolon to end it. Now, in the future, you can condense these two lines together. As you declare the object, if we just take the equals new format, cut that off of here, and I'll paste it at the end of the line there, we can declare and create the format right in one line. It's a little bit more efficient way to do it. I'll delete that name off the second line, and now we should have our new text format object created and ready to go. Now, of course, if you'd like to see what kind of formats you can set, I can just select that term. Let's get a little bit of help on it. And you can see there's a description of our text format object. And I'm sure down below here we've got a list of properties. You can see we've got align, bold, color, font, indent, italics, pretty much everything that you'd like to use. So what I'm going to do is just build up a little format that we can apply to our featured text. Now remember, since we just made this object, it's basically an empty object. So we're going to fill it up with settings using the properties that are available to us. I'll put in here TF feature, that's our new object. I'll use our dot syntax, and let's assign a few values to it. Let's try bold. Now bold is going to be a Boolean value, so we're just going to put in a true or false for it. So I'll just set that to true. And let's pick a color and a size. I'll stick with that green color that we've already specified the hexadecimal for. And I'll just copy it off the statement that we commented out earlier. We'll copy and paste it right in there for the color. And I think a font size of 12 would probably be good for this.